How to actually wholesale without ever making a cold call. Guys, it's Rick Ginn. In this video, I'm going to break down how you are not required to do cold calling when it comes to wholesaling. I'll show you how I actually started in wholesaling, and I'll show you how right now in 2025, if you truly don't want to do a cold call and you're willing to open up other avenues of marketing, you can do any wholesaling deal. But before I do this, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so other people can find the truth out about wholesaling. So let me guess, you hate cold calling probably while you're watching that video. Well, you're in the right club. The fact is, I never really started out cold calling because number one, I didn't understand it. Number two, nobody ever taught me it. And number three, it just seemed annoying. So I don't think anybody raises their hand high and says, man, I absolutely love when I get cold calls. It's a natural fear for people not wanting to do cold calls. So if you're feeling that, just admit it. It's okay. I just hated the idea of cold calling. Now, that being said, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. It's one of the most effective ways to communicate with prospects, do it on the lowest budget, and with the fastest amount of speed going by. So do I regret it? No, it just is what it is. So if you don't want a cold call, I want you to watch this video. I'm going to walk through every way that I can run through my mind without doing a cold call. And here's how I define a cold call. Cold call is calling on a large list of prospects that you have no knowledge, you don't know them personally, and you're calling them ice cold. Cold calling is not just calling one-offs to see if people want to sell their houses. That's not cold calling. You're going to have to do that. So if you thought you'd never have to make a cold call, I got to kind of put you in check right there. So when I talk about cold calling, it's going through thousands and thousands of people. If you want to do that, watch this video. I'll give you a couple ideas of how you can circumvent wholesaling without doing mass cold calling. So the first one is just real simple, just driving for dollars. I don't need to sell you a course on it. I'm sure there's people who will sell you a course on this. Go around, look for ugly houses, and collect as many addresses as you can. Now, this serves a couple functions. Number one, it is a private list. This is where you're going to find all your code violations, your tax delinquencies, your probate, your pre-foreclosures. It is a catch-all. Is it boring? Yes. But on average, in a week, you can collect 500 addresses. Those are 500 leads you chase down. But Rick, am I cold calling them? No. Like, leave a note on the door, just call them out of the blue. It's no big deal, but those lists are the best. And if beginners start out doing it and somebody 23 years of wholesaling does it, you should do the exact same thing because it gives you a huge advantage. Just look for ugly ones, high grasses, boarded up windows, obviously deferred maintenance type of deals, and you will catch all those code violations, tax delinquencies, evictions. It's unbelievable. Get that list first. Now, on top of that, go over to freewholesaling.com. Make sure you take advantage of every government list. I believe we have over 9 lists. These are probate, foreclosures, tax delinquencies, code violations, fire damage, water shutoff, arrest records. I mean, the list goes on and on. Those are a great one. But Rick, do I have to cold call those lists? No. What I want you to do is take 2 or 3 on that list, specifically code violations, pre-foreclosures, and tax delinquencies. Take those 3 and just use a little technique called reverse driving for dollars. That's basically getting a list of all these addresses, setting up a logistics to go by, and then basically put a note on the door. Say, listen, got a quick question. It's Rick. Put your virtual phone number. They'll call. Curiosity kills the cat. Guys, reverse driving for dollars. Once again, not the sexiest way to do it, but if you don't like cold calling, why not put a note on their door? People are very curious of why someone left a note on the door. Once they answer the phone, that is your one opportunity to connect with them. Those sticky notes go a lot longer than leaving a voicemail on a cold call. I would implore this. Once again, tax delinquencies, code violations, and pre-foreclosures. Those are the 3 best to do the reverse driving for dollars. And guys, the key is this, is just keep consistently doing these tactics. Now, another one that I definitely started out doing, and I still pepper it in right now, are just good old bandit signs, 18 by 24, white corrugated plastic, print on one side 3 lines, real simple. Sell your house today, any condition, any situation, your virtual phone number, use a black Sharpie. You can pick them up at your big box stores. Go buy the signs from a sign guy. It's $1 or $2 a sign, and go out $30, $50 and spread your signs out there. If you don't like cold calling, make sure you answer your phones. The key to this is you answer your phones live and then vet your sellers, meaning qualify them. See if they have a need to sell the house that's off market, that's direct to seller. Once you have those 3, you have a great candidate for a wholesale deal. How many signs to put out? I like to do good old guerrilla marketing. Put 20 or 30 out in a tight area. put it out like Thursday night, pick them up Sunday night, and do it over and over again until you get traction and get some money from your deals and put it back into your marketing. You don't need 500 signs. Don't go out and buy them from these big box stores. It's going to cost you thousands. Keep this under $50. Keep it super simple. And the stakes, you can go buy like a Home Depot or Lowe's and you can get the rebar stakes. They're over by the concrete and you can just cut them up in halves. So if a steak costs you $1, you can get 2 steaks. Each one's 50 cents. Just the best way to do it. Guys, banded signs work, which leads me to the next one, which doesn't require you to get in your car and do all that gas and the cutting and the prepping of the signs, is do digital banded signs. Go online and put them on there. If you want more knowledge how to do that, go over to freewholesaling.com. We give you detailed on how to use AI, how to take your favorite sports teams, how to take your favorite group, maybe it's a fishing group or a boating group, and show it how to tie in your house buying business to get you the most traction. Now, you can't spam, and you're going to have to learn how organic traffic works. But once you do that, it's 100% free. Go out there and get it done. No cold calling required. Once again, you're going to have to answer your phones and you're going to have to think quick. The next one is digital bandit comments. And this is simply, you're taking the same art as a digital bandit sign. You're going online, you're finding people that pay an advertising company to run ads and harvest them for them, and you're living in the comments. Why? Because for the ad to be legitimate, they got to turn on the comments, and none of these wholesalers ever want to pay someone. They always tell them, I'll manage the comments. They never do. When people put in questions in the comments or their address or a phone number, that is your opportunity to go in there and snipe the deal. Rick, is it legal? Yeah, it's legal. If they put it on the internet, somebody consents and puts it in there. If that wholesaler doesn't know how to work the comments or the advertising company, that's where you, the guerrilla marketer, comes in and snatches it up. Keep in mind, the average person's paying over $10,000 to do those leads. You're not paying a dime because Rick taught you street smart. It's called guerrilla marketing. Great way to get leads. They only have 3 ways they can put in a lead. They got to call a phone number, they have to input on a web form, or they leave a comments in there. And once you get their comments, you just slip in their DMs and amazing things will happen with it. While that other wholesaler spends 10 to 15 grand, you're doing it for free because you're using your mind. And that's what's called being resourceful as a wholesaler. You see, you don't have to cold call for every deal, which the next one is probates. Guys, you just got to go out and do the probates. The probates work. They're slow. I get it. I teach you the techniques where you can actually buy the property without waiting for the probate to close. You want to learn more, go to our freewholesaling.com in our school group. Once you get to level 4, and yes, you're going to have to work to get some of my courses because I don't want to give everything up for free, is I have an entire PPS 3.0 course, and I teach you from start to finish how to do probates. But you have to give to our community. You have to help others. You have to lift others. Guys, if you're not doing probates, it's simple. Probates will never require you to cold call. In fact, we teach you a technique called a warm call in there. And I teach you how to talk to people in probates while every other wholesaler rushes. You take your time. You help them solve a problem. See if there's need for them to selling the house. And then you understand what they want through a series of conversations while every other wholesaler just attacks on price because all they do is get sales training. I actually do what I call human training, and I teach you how to connect with people for a relationship. Listen, if they don't want to connect with you on a probate, there's no way you're getting a great wholesale deal. So my method works really well, but if you want to try it the other way and just cold call people in probates, knock yourself out. I know it doesn't work. There is a different technique called warm calls. No, it's not mass cold calling. Guys, make sure you're going to your title companies and exhausting them for their list. They have access to lists that you and me can't even get. Sometimes they're law case access on them. Sometimes it's access to special probate files. Keep in mind, they have deals that fall apart all the time. They know the best cash buyers. They know the best real estate brokers. Guys, if you're not harvesting and using your title companies to get leads, to get cash buyers, to find out who the players are in your market, you're really missing out. And that doesn't require any type of cold calling. Just develop a relationship with your title companies and go in and ask them for help and reciprocate and give them business back with your closings. Which now I'm going to crash you on some avenues you haven't really quite thought about. And number one is just property management companies. These are owned by real estate agents and brokers, mostly brokers, and they have licensed agents that run this lead source for them. Now, they never really get excited about managing the properties, but if they can manage 500 to 1,000 properties. The goal is to get these people to sell and list their properties by offering a property management service. Guys, it's a gold mine. On average, 3 to 5% of these properties are vacant or in terrible distress, meaning the landlord doesn't want to put any money into it. And these poor property managers are stuck with these properties. Why don't you go and befriend them, get them some donuts, buy them a snack, a lunch, a coffee, and get to know them and find their problematic properties and then offer to pay them on both sides of the coin. You're going to represent you and the seller, and you will make sure they get their full commission. Just straight up offer them with their commission, because that's what they want at the end of the day. They want to look like a hero in front of their broker. What better way than you showing a property management company how you can solve a problem, get them paid, and get a problematic landlord or renters out of their portfolio, and then get somebody else, maybe like me, that can actually get them paid. Which leads to my next one, which most of you are not doing, is, guys, there's so many contractors in every town across the United States. And the one thing contractors hate doing is writing bids and then people not accepting them. In fact, it becomes a real problem for them. So think about this. If a contractor gave you a lead on every failed bid and you gave them a marketing fee if you were able to successfully buy the house, do you think that's a win-win scenario? Yeah. And what if you maybe use that contractor to maybe help out with a rehab or help out your cash buyer to get them a good rate to get the house fixed up? I never promise it, but guys, failed contract offers are some of the best leads out there. Why? They just hate writing failed bids. So if they don't want to fix the house up, odds are they probably want to get the house sold as is. What better way than the contractor introducing his good friend, the cash buyer? And then basically you compensate them accordingly. In fact, most of you don't even go out there and help out these contractors. So if you used a contractor in the past to write a bid just to help you buy a property, why don't you ask to reciprocate the business, see if they have failed offers so you can get the contractor paid. Remember, no cold calling required on this. I can go on all day on this. I only got so much time. Garage sales, get a list of all the garage sales, make sure they are absentee owners, meaning they're landlords, and then basically reach out and talk to that owner. Oh, Rick, I'm calling him. You don't have to call them. You could text them. It's a simple phone call. You don't need a dialer, and just say, hey, listen, I see you're having a garage sale. Just want to know if you're interested in selling the property. They'll usually go, what garage sale are you talking about? That is your hint in to let them know that they're having somebody move out of their house. It actually gives you a competitive advantage because nobody else is chasing that property down. The other one is JVs. I mean, you can go on social media, Zach Discord, Wholesaling Houses for Real. You can go in our school group. There's plenty of people to do JVs with it. We are the largest wholesaling community out there. Why not take advantage of somebody else that maybe has a buyer in the market that you're looking to penetrate, or vice versa, and use them? Listen, my first probably 20, 25 deals was JVs. Why? Because I didn't know how to dispo. So if somebody can help you out or you can help them out and you can both make money, why not? Which leads me to the next thing. Are you guys actually using email? So if you don't want a cold call, you know you can do an entire email campaign. And inside X Leads, when you do the skip trace, you typically not only get their phone number and the seller's information, you also get their email. You can go inside your X Leads account as long as you set up the domain for your email and get it authenticated. You can use our EOG system, which stands for Email Offer Generator, and you can actually generate offers, send out mass emails, and that saves you from doing cold call. Did you ever think about doing that? Which I've left the last two ones, which are more of a paid version, but just to let you know, it is definitely out there. If you guys have never done PPL, which stands for pay per lead, we've done an agreement with iSpeed to Lead. If you have an X Leads account, you can get leads for as low as $24. It's amazing. It's not my favorite way to do it, but we do get deals out of it. On average, you need 15 to 20 deals just to have a shot at one. And if you have experience closing a few deals, you're comfortable talking to sellers, this is a great strategy because for the first time, you can figure out what your ROI is if you're getting it for $24 a lead. And the other one is consider direct mail. Like, I waited almost 3 years to do it, but I didn't have to do cold calling doing it. And if you want to learn how to do direct mail, make sure you've done it with someone that understands. It is a 3-month commitment. It usually requires about $10,000 liquid cash. But once you get a system going and you understand your market and you understand how often to send the mail, the frequency, the amounts, the message, man, it's like clockwork. One of the most scalable events you can do. And keep in mind, you're not spending hundreds of hours doing cold call. So I've given you just about every idea I can in the shortest amount of time, in under 20 minutes under a video. But I'm telling you, the last few I want you to consider. If you truly never, ever even want to do a cold call and you've gotten deals, you've worked your government list, you've gone through freewholesaling.com, is consider doing the email marketing, consider doing the PPL, and definitely consider the direct mail. Eventually, you're going to have to use items to scale your business. And it's no different in wholesaling. Once you understand how to do it, then you can spend your marketing dollars accordingly. But But here's the really cool part is you don't have to do cold calling if you don't want to. If it doesn't fit your personality, that's fine. You're just going to have to learn a new skill set and find ways to penetrate it. So if you want to learn more on all these techniques I've taught today, go over to freewholesaling.com, check it out there, and let me know in the comments which one of these you're going to use so you don't have to do cold calling. Remember, cold calling is on a mass scale. You're still going to have to make phone calls. It's still the easiest way to connect with people. Let me know in the comments which ones you're going to use. And as usual, if you got value from this video, do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video with someone you think that would get value from wholesaling. This is Rick Ginn. I'll see you in the next video.